being silly. I love to dance. We'll just use this. I'm listening to this song right now. Hold on. This song is... I wonder how many times it's been played around the world. There's a way to account for every time somebody played the 7-inch mix of What Is Love. Hadaway. This song came out when I graduated high school, so every time I hear this song, I don't just... Most people recognize it from Night at the Roxbury thing. But I used to dance at a club in Sacramento in like 95, 96 called Faces. They had a bartender there named Marge, and I was like, hi, I'm Marge. I'm a real Marge. So this song, I was like, barely graduating. I barely graduated high school. Barely. I barely graduated high school. I had to do the Breakfast Club thing the Saturday before. Oh, what are you doing? You want to go outside? I did not see you there in the beds. You want to go outside? I'll take you if you want to. You want to go outside, girl? Want to go outside? Uh-oh. Now I'm screwing around because the dog wants to go outside. So now I'm just screwing around. You coming, Luna Tickle? Goodest, prettiest, mostest. I get to let the dog out. I get to let the dog out. Yay! I'm just gonna let the dog out here. All right. So, I was just talking about this song. This song by Hadaway, What Is Love? Most people know it from Night at the Roxbury, I think. What is love, baby? Don't hurt me. This it's fun. It gets your heart rate going if you dance into this step of the music. Like if people just dance one song, that would be enough to keep their heart happy for like 2 hours, and then dance again, and then it's heart health, it's exercise. Don't look at it, it's so fun. Anyway, this song came out in 1992. I was graduating high school, barely had to do the Breakfast Club thing, Saturday school the Saturday before. I had like 42 tardies and absences. They made the mistake of they thought that if they made my 2 required classes after lunch that I would show up, and they didn't know me very well. And so history or English and economics with Mr. Duncan. Meredith Dunlap was his daughter. They were equally peculiar. Anyway, good lives had by all. No complaints to be had. I'm so happy for Aries season. Woo woo. Bye winter. And this last whole year was winter for me. It was a season of loss. More than usual. Like saturated loss. Like boom 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 boom. Oh, you think that's bad? Try this. Unexpected loss. Don't like it. But when you love things on Earth, everything you love is a little heartbreak waiting to happen. Even me, I'm a heartbreak to somebody. Oh, that's sad. She was nice to me once. If people could just say that about me, like that one time she helped me out, stuff like that, then I feel better about having to make up for the life that I've lived. Like just going to war and all the lives that were lost because I had to collect a paycheck. I have to rectify that every day. So every dime I get for my disability, I pay my bills and I use it to help other people that don't benefit because we're still doing the same bullshit where we're off fighting wars in places because men feel conflicted within themselves. That's the whole entire reason we go to war, is because men go to battle within themselves and they can't hold themselves back and be at peace and be generous and things like that. And so now we're living their cycles again because we grew up watching MASH. So the realities of it is anyway, I called today's talk April 12th, the day I met Mom. It's coming up on my birthday. And birthdays usually are a time, and anniversaries in my mind are like a time of reflection. You know, like, am I a better version of myself this year than I was last year? Or am I the carbon copy of unuseful blob gluttony, egotistical, maniacal, just do what the devil wants me to do, Marge? Which am I? Stanley's wants out. I'm not going to let him. No, sir. You will get eaten by the coyotes or the packs of dogs or target practice from a stupid cousin or hit by a car. There's a plethora of reasons why you will never. I'll get you a place where you can be outside. How's that, homeboy? So the circumstances of my I love stories. I love to hear about other people and their stories and how they came to be the people that they are, you know. But the character, it's everything is character building. All we are is characters. We're a soul sack that contains our spirit, and we're navigated by either a disconnection from a source that gives us freedom to love and be kind to everyone, or we are more engaged with our earthly bound egomaniacal self, where I travel around the world and all I care about is going to the pyramids and traveling here and traveling there. All the while there's freaking poor people that are in a bad way everywhere. But hey, that's all right, because the rich keep getting richer, right? And not the point is to like forget about where you came from, not cultivate and change the environment so nobody else has to go through the hell I went through. That's what I'm trying to do. I got good ideas. I'm starting to make connections. I'm starting to plant seeds. It's spring. That's what you do. Just, it's like fishing. My ancestor, Isaac Walton, wrote the first book ever on fishing called The Angler. I like to fish. I just catch and release because I don't like to eat the fish. But if somebody was hungry and they wanted to eat the fish, I'd let them. And if they didn't know how to clean the fish, I'd teach them how to clean the fish, because I learned how to clean a fish when I was 3. I got my own first little crabbing cage. We lived in Morro Bay. Anyway, I digress. So, Mom, let me see where the dog is. Hi, baby girl. The circumstances of my existence have never been clear to me. They've never been given me. The closest thing to knowing how things transpired on how I came to be is because the only thing I ever heard was my dad was riding a bike down a hill in San Luis Obispo and he caught my mom's eye. Because my mom was a little haughty. And he is machismo. She's Sagittarius, he's Aries. And so there was instant chemistry. So they got married, had my brother. I don't know, like, the order. I don't know. And then the story goes is they had me and then they got divorced. And then about 10, when I was 40, like when I lived in Oregon, like 2000, it was like 10 year 2017, I found out that I was a bastard. Like, it was a lie. Like, they got a divorce right after my brother was born, and then later she got pregnant with me 2 years after, a year after they got divorced. And so but I never get any straight answer. I just, my life is of no whatever to mine. Anyway, so the day I was born, I do know this. My father is born to Freemasons. That is verified. Brother, Skull and Bones. That is verified. Fraternity, all the secret bros clubs. Scapegoats, Golden Child. Like that. I didn't know about this stuff until like 2-3 years, and I'm like, hey, wait a minute. If there was a check mark all the boxes, I fit them. Like weird stuff done in vitro. When mom was pregnant with me, they stuck weird shit in her. They're blockers. They're hormone blockers. That's how they manipulate. It's not like they're a bunch of people have being an invert is what they did to me. I'm an invert, so to speak. It's so weird to say. But because they couldn't have two sons. So they inhibit the natural course of beings in vitro. All we are, all in a womb is an incubator for a child. They've been mimicking wombs forever. It's mad science. They got weird ideas, and they just want to do whatever they want to do to implement these weird ideas. They don't care about the byproduct. They'll just bury it in a hole at Zorro Ranch, and then the state will turn its head for 3 decades, and then, oh well, what's gone is gone. Trace evidence. Like, this world is just such a, I never knew it as not to be a gross place, because when I was born April 9th, 1974, in San Bernardino Hospital, San Bernardino, California. I used to say I was born in Riverside until I could actually pronounce San Bernardino. And then it was much later that I found. I was like 3 years old. I was a little Aries. I was like, tell me the origin story. Tell me the origin story. Tell me how, like, the day I was born and all that. And she's like, well, I don't really know much about that, because when you were born, they cut me open. She'd always show me the scar where they pulled me out. They cut you open, and then they cut my uterus in half, and they took out one of my ovaries along with you. And I was like, and it wasn't until I grew up to be a woman, until I realized how detrimental that was to her and how it created a hormonal imbalance. Because when I went to health class, they talk about how the ovary bounces back 1/4. It regulates on one side, and then the next it goes back and forth. It plays off each other. And so what the crazy mad scientists did is they did that to so many women that were poor. Like, you're never gonna go to court and fight us, so we can do what we want. You're our guinea pigs. And they did that to her, and they cut her uterus in half and took one of her ovaries, and then that created an imbalance. But then that perpetuated big pharma, and they gave all the women back then that they did that to hormones called Premarin. And I remember reading the data fact sheet on Premarin, and one of the main ingredients was horse urine. And then later I found out in the weird Zionic weird shit is that's part of the rituals. They do weird shit without people knowing to serve their and like people are, consuming horse urine. So look at all the Zions that can get rich off big pharma. That's what this world is, and more people are starting to see it that way. It's true. It's true. But I don't really have to deal with the world like the rest of the world does. I live in a small town, but the extortion is huge. So big. Anyway, so when mom was born, she had a partial hysterectomy and then a C-section at the same time is what they got her with. And then so I met her on the third day, on April 12th. I was 3 days old when I met mom. And I hear all these people that my whole life, every time I hear somebody, I was like, what's the matter? Your mom didn't hold you when you were a baby? And I was like, I can size people up in an instant just for them saying that. Because if you really get in the heart space of a brand new baby, and that baby. See, I only got a taste of it. Mom was put in an orphanage. So I got a taste of what it was like without to be with the mother. Mother had it, mom had it from both sides. Both of her parents threw away because that's what they do in New Mexico. They treat people like trash. If you can't produce for us, well, then what good are ya? To the point that these people don't even produce what they pay themselves. It's gross. It's really gross how greedy and gluttonous people, because they will never be satisfied. People that can never be satisfied should never be in positions of power. People that don't meditate should never be giving anybody any guidance on how to do anything except maybe learn how to meditate. What's up, homie? How you doing? I miss the Cardinals. Will you tell the Cardinals to come see me? I hear they go to Texas. Oh, I'm too high up? Is that what it is? They don't like it this high up here? So what do we need to do to get them up here? I miss the Cardinals. I used to have a family of Cardinals that would come and see me every year for like 5-6 years when I lived in my house in Omaha. I'm ready to be stuck in my loops to find my forever home and live in the same place. So yeah, so when people go around and say, "What's the matter with you? Your mom didn't hold," I say, yeah, my dad didn't either. My dad didn't show up until I think I was a week old. He came down from Los Angeles to from wherever he felt like coming from. My dad is the machismo. My dad's like a poster boy. You want to go outside, girl? Love you the most. Honey the barest. Go back in the inside. Cat in the mood. Cat in the mood. Cat in the mood. I'm packing my stuff up and I'm getting out of here. Eventually, not today. Hopefully I have enough money to freaking pay a mover. I don't have just a lot of stuff. It's just like, mostly it's clothes. It's my Pisces and Venus, and then all my dog beds, but I'm gonna get more dogs and cats because I can't be like my balloon gun. That, everybody should get one of those. Anyway. Good girl, honey bear. Look, my stickers are everywhere. Straight people like rainbows too. I don't need gravity, I just need flow. Good girl, honey bear. Uh-oh. We can't change the orientation of the video. Anybody, this is like, I live in like a submarine. Did you get up, Ma? A submarine? It's like a submarine in here. Oh. Because there's no windows. There's no access. Did you just get up? Yes. I swear she waits till I go outside. But that's not so clean because you don't do what I would have done. Well, can't win it all. Move over. Move over. They cut your guts open and took out one of your ovaries, and then I didn't meet you until I was 3 days old. Wow. You didn't get to meet your little precious sweet daughter Marge until I was. Who knows what kind of shit they did to me in those 3 days? Who knows how they stuck me with stuff? You know? Because you weren't there, and nobody was there to say, no, don't give her those vaccines. No wonder I'm a fucking weirdo. A frequency of nature uncommonly seen in the wild. Stanley, how are you, sir? That's why I know the importance of nurturing things, because the circumstances in which I was born to, in conjunction with my planetary alignments at the time I was born at birth, not just my planetary alignments and what I did with them at birth, but like what I've done with that energy in my whole life. Think of this. You want to know who my birthday twin is? My birthday twin, she used to be gorgeous. Used to be in a time that don't exist no more. Because when I look at her now, I'm just like, man, everything you ever wanted to do is on a big old pile on you, and that's Jenna Jameson. She is my birthday twin. There's several other egotistical stars that are born on the same day that I was born. They make people. I was supposed to be born on April 1st, and Mom said absolutely not. And they said, okay, but then you get April 9th then. And then that's when they took me. And then if you look at those days, Freemason days, high ritual days, days wars start, days wars end, substantial days in history, because days hold potential, and then people that are born on these days have this potential. And Jenna James used hers for ego, and I use mine for spirit. With ego. She's more ego with spirit, because nobody's void of either or all the way. Everybody has a little glimmer in there of some kind of remembrance to the connection of the person who they are. All you have to do is, if you like who you are, just be the person that you are. If you don't like who you are, then act ways that are different than you used to act, and then you'll be a better version of you than you like yourself. It's easy peasy. Piece of proverbial cake. So, what was I talking about? My train of thought just derailed. So Mom had a real hard run of it, and she did, and she still took care of me the best that she could under circumstances that were out of no control over hers, but it was in the power and consent of others that just like to make people's lives hard. And this stuff has always been going on. It's never not been going on. It's just now because people have allowed it with complacency. Not me. I haven't been complacent. I hear, oh, we've been complacent. That's why. No, you've been complacent. I ain't been complacent. I've been doing video. I've been telling people, dude, don't never let nobody. I was in the military. Don't let people, if you care about them, don't let them enlist, because it's a fucking crop. They're little paid actors. It doesn't matter how many little drills you do, how many little training exercises you do. They don't get real world experience unless they actually kill people. And then when they kill people and they come back here, they're no longer your little baby precious little sweet thing that they once were. That person is dead, because that person would never kill another human being, but that person don't exist because the kill has transpired. And it's not just in war zones, it's in domestic violence situations, it's in impoverished places. Dude, New Mexico, between its tax dividends and its $1 billion in that, it has its own refineries. I think one of them's burning down. But still, the thing is, they have more. They have the means. We could be a solely sustained environment within ourselves, and then the world can burn down. And if they want to come to see how we keep our shit together, they can. But they don't want to do that because they live in ego too. Other people born on April 9th. Dennis Quaid. Things that happened in history. Operation Shock and Awe. We took Baghdad on my 29th birthday when I hit my Saturn return. That's a lot. I'm trying to feed homeless people in the community to make up for shit I did in the war, 20 something, or yeah, whatever you call it. We're just bullies. We just drop our shit in other people's houses and run away. And then tell the world that they're wrong. Like, dude, let them have bombs, because evidently they need them to defend themselves from us. Like we have them, or do we? I think that, I think atomic bombs are just, I always get the letters mixed up in my head. Directed energy weapons. They're just boom, concentrated energy, like air guns, only boom, like way worse. See, they make toys of death. So we because all the military, we hunt people. That's what the United States military does. We go over there, we hunt them to kill them. And it doesn't matter if they're women, children, we just go in and we clear the perimeter. Right? But there's a big difference between training to do that, where, dude, who joins the military? Who joins? People that are like, God, I have to do this for some reason. That's why I did it. I had to go to college, take care of mom. I was never gung-ho America. I've never been one of those people that just like eat shit, you know? You really got to eat a lot of shit in the military because they outrank you, so you have to listen to them. Like all that stuff, like I had to do a 180 against my whole character and personality. It was more of a testimony if I could resist my urges. And for a while I almost got kicked out in the beginning because I was drinking. I was a drunk. I got a DUI. You know, it was at the fine line where they weren't accepting that as much, and then the people after me in maintenance, they just got kicked out, but I was allowed to stay in. Like, but I did a 180 and I got sober and I changed my life. I changed the course of the direction of my life, and I still only gave him 6 years because America's a liar. Washington, D.C. and Hollywood both exist to create a contrived reality. And the reality of America is stories like Emily Pike, Emily Pike, Emily Pike. You're telling me nobody on planet Earth knows nothing about what happened to that little girl? It's been over a year on Valentine's Day. I don't like Valentine's Day. You want to know why? Because little kids get taken and they do weird shit to them. It's a highly ritualistic day. But here's your little stupid chocolates and your dumb flowers and your hearts when you're just trying to get in. You don't even care about the person, so give me a break with that shit. With holidays, I can't wait to live on a world where I don't have to see holidays. Like, hey, somebody want to go do a store run, get Marge a couple things? Yeah, sure, I'm down, I'm going. You want to take the bourbon? Drive safe. Here you go. Here's the keys. You fly, I'll buy. So I never have to see, like, one more bullshit. Like, do this instead of actually caring about the mother that has single children. That's, my mother was an orphan, and then she had kids, and then didn't know how to raise the kids with the system going, don't let her have it. Nope, she don't qualify. Nope, she pissed off my precious baby boy. Find a square foot for every fucking emasculated mama's boy that has come across my path. Things are changing a lot. I know it. Come on, you can feel the juice small flowing and in the springtime, people are getting out there. See, I want to live in a Taos where we have like a community library, not for books, for tools, for weed whackers, for lawnmowers that you can drive, for trailers, for trucks. Hey, you need to borrow? It's like an exchange program. Borrow, you know, hey, trade, bargain, barter, you know, so to help everybody. If anybody in the community wants a garden, you know, on the state. Why? Because it's $1 billion industry that they get paid in taxes from marijuana. Every $1 billion. There's only 2 million people in the whole state. And with all the population of the people that are dying off, that number goes down, and people aren't moving here. They're moving. It's like New Mexico was like the last stop in America for people to practice on living a somewhat minimalistic lifestyle, because access is not, unless you got like Reyes Jr. money. That dude, he owns Kit Carson. They're all freaking extortionists, dude. When I moved in here last year, my electricity bill was $250 a month. But that dude makes 420 something thousand a year after all of their benefits and their perks and their cars with the Kit Carson driven on the side, and You know, you know why they make that much money? Because they got to make sure that his 5 kids, they don't got to work either because they're not that smart because they're born and raised. It's taking advantage. They still haven't paid out from the fire from 2022, 2021, the biggest fire in New Mexico, because the feds, the U.S. Forest Service Department, the little green jeans that tell you what you can't do. Like, they're Smokey the Bear, but they're a bunch of bears in the woods, is what they are. Tell it, they always deny access. You think they're not taking the best views? You think they're not getting footage? You think they're not using the resources and the lands that they're permitting us to have access to? Give me a break, dude. There's always access. You don't even need money. People have had access to the most. Like, I've had a remarkable life just because somebody invited me to go along. Thank goodness I never got to go along. But see, because of the terrible things that happened to me when I was a kid, I didn't want nobody to end up ever feeling like me, because that stuff is terrible. So I would never put myself in an environment in order that would make another person, like, sex trade industry, all that, that's all great, you know, and the Bible talks about, like, you got to take care of the horse, or you know, don't harm my horse, or whatever it says. I get that, but you got to resolve what's inside you that makes you want to go and rub up against everything, every pole on the dam. There's got to be, I mean, I know a lot of women, like, do it, like, because they have kids and they go to, like, I don't like lap dances, stuff like that. I don't like public intimacy with strangers as well. I don't have any problem with intimacy. I'm Scorpio moon. People don't like me because I get intimate, and because they mix up intimate and physical. And to me, they are two entirely separate things. Intimacy has nothing to do with physicality, because I prove it every day. I used to go around and, like, I don't do it anymore. I skipped it this year. I missed the day, but back when, right, exactly. But I was groomed, and it happened to me when I was young, but I'm stopping, and so other people can see what an example looks like, that you can stop. And sex is just about energy. It's about desire. It's about thrust, drive, stamina. It's about physicality and life kundalini juice in you, and wanting to always put it, like, just doing that. And I want to use mine to go out and set up a pop-up kitchen with my grilled stove, and, like, and be like, oh, Marge is out, what is she gonna do, you know? And I want to have pop up for, like, the community. If you're around, show up. I don't care if you like me, don't like me. Maybe come down and eat a bowl of freaking badass, like, I want to do, like, fish boils for Taos. I want to do and give stickers away, and bring out my fun lights and my bubble machines, and have dance parties for, like, 45 minutes to an hour. Everybody eat some good food, pack it up, and go on. I was born on the same day as Jenna Jameson. They wanted me to be a whole back. They wanted me to go down that course of life, and I didn't do it. I'm a prude. I've been celibate 9 years, 10 years, and you get to a point, it's just like, there's not... there aren't even a lot of people on planet Earth that I would consider, because, like, I don't date moms. I don't date moms, because moms should be moms. And I like to go out on adventures, and moms can't always do that. So their priority should be with the children, because mom was a male-centered, male-centered. So I saw terrible things happen to her because men were more important. And my brother still doesn't speak to her for that. The Hito's got the zoomies. The Hito's got the zoomies. People are racing off to go off and make Taos a better place. No, I want to do pop-up dance parties, feed people. You know, I just want to see how I can get people together. And then when the people gather, what their common denominators are, and how they want to see Taos. Because it's not how any Taos Valley has of it. The people, you know. But look at the dude at Red River dropped. He didn't die. He just fell. I think he got so overwhelmed that he fainted. Because that happens a lot when people aren't when you're not. See, the world's hated me my whole life. My own parent, my mom used to resent me because of how different her life could have been had she not had me. That she kept me, and now I'm taking care of her. So good choice, Ma. Good on you, Ma. Because everybody was telling her just to get rid of it. They were going to hunt me in the woods in Montana, too. I remember when she told me about that. Because I could tell the truth. I knew the difference between when she was being bullshit and when she was telling the truth. They had her locked up in frickin' Atascadero State Mental Hospital. My dad's family. My dad worked there, got fired from the same place. Isn't that interesting, Ma? Yeah. He's the one that should have been in there. It's men like him that should be in there, and they put freaking little mothers just because he was a mama's boy, because that's what people have always done with power and control. I've seen it my whole life. Police, I was in my house trying to get my stuck lock unstuck. I had been drinking. I'm in my house on the second floor. These assholes call me, boo, turn the lights on me, call me back down, put me in handcuffs. I rolled my ankle. I fell on my face because I was in handcuffs. Some dyke bitch cop, Reading PD. I didn't even get her name, but dude, she was dumb, fat, and ugly then, you know. And now it's if I wonder where she is now. Because that's what police do. They're little brigades of bullies that just go around with their ideologies and their fraternal order of butt stuff and do as I say, not as I do. How many fucked up people are on the planet because cops had to get it in? Too many to count. Then they take everybody's property from all the domestic violence stuff, slap a lot of wall, paint it, and then it's hey dude, congratulations on it's police evidence. Then what happens? They decide. Give it to Sergeant so-and-so or whatever. Laws, rules, regulations, policies, procedures don't abide by them. So who rules them? See, when people are lawless, who rules them? Who rules people when they're... See, because I have my own personal constitution. That's why I only did 6 years in the United States Air Force, because I figured out that when us bombing Iraq was literally a production that we had rehearsed every month for a year and a half. Military exercises or takes on the American citizens' dimes. And then my mission was to fly around the United States, eavesdrop on people's conversations under the Patriot Act, find out what people are talking about, what makes them scared. Let's make that happen. That stimulates the economy, sucks their loose, but hey, it's okay, because give them Husker football. They'll be all right. They won't even notice. Give them Disney World. Get them stuck in my brother's in the Freemason Disney World loop. When grown men in suits are taking... They have kids so they can go to Disney World. Understand? It's all pageantry. It's all political posturing. It's all poli-sci. It's all acting class. It's all bullshit. They make us poor people on the street so we can sacrifice our earthly desires for the freedom of bullshit, democracy, land, butt stuff. Israel, Zion. None of that stuff ever has fed me and helped me take care of mom. None of that. There's no agency that exists that has given me extra so that mom can have a comfortable life. No, my expectation is my brother said, put mom in a home and go back to work. You have a future to play. What future? What is my future if I put my mother in a home? I'll be living in a bottle, wishing I hadn't. I'll be drinking that bottle of Jack Daniel, hanging out with Jack and Jose and whatever hoe bag dude. That, and just playing the tape about how I should have taken care of mom. Because that's what all remorse, guilt, that's what I see, is people doing things to make themselves feel better for all the terrible things that they did. Or the terrible things that they're still doing, but they want the world to know that they're really great people. I don't ever want people to, don't you ever think I'm a really great person. I don't think, people should never, oh, she's so nice. No, I am not a nice person. I am kind-hearted. I am direct. I am forthright. I am courteous. I am conscientious. I would not say that I am a nice person. Nice is bullshit in my world. Nice is like what people act like in order to get things that they want. So yeah, I can be nice, but that's in my mind, that's what it is. Because when I walk into a room, people for some reason like to shut me down. And I just let them. Okay. We don't like your kind here. What kind is that? The kind that takes care of their mom? The kind that went off to war to defend the freedoms and democracies of a bunch of people that would rather sit on their couch, play video games, and stuff their faces with tikis? Or maybe have a few kids but don't want to do that, so I'm going to travel around the world and be a hobo, record myself, people throw money at me, and I could just have a couple dogs with just spreading little piles of shit in the woods everywhere without ever making anything better for anybody else? That sounds like a great way to live. No, I like my ideas better. I'm gonna make pop-up freaking food parties. And then maybe if it catches on, like, because people like to come to Taos. I've been all over the place. I would love to invite people to come to Taos and then give us a taste of what the world is like in other parts of the world, places. Like, I would love for Paul and Jess and their family, and bring whoever you want. There's Airbnbs all over the place. There's more temporary housing than there is full-time housing. It's part of a problem. But if I can create an environment where people come and promote Taos in a heartfelt way, not in a money-hungry, we're going to treat you like shit because you're here for the nuance kind of crap. Because people are overwhelmed and they don't know how to give service, so you got to class it up a little and learn how to give some actual service, even in freaking, stupid, even at the worst. People need to put their best foot forward even when they're scrubbing toilets. That's how, because I scrub toilets and I still, I'm not as good at it. My energy is spread thin. So I would love Paul and Jess from Block 16 to come in sometime, and maybe they could join me and having pop-up events and feeding the community. And then maybe, these people that are here visiting Taos, they taste this, they're Omaha. Oh, they go to Block 16 in Omaha every time they hit Omaha. Because I tell you what, every year that the College World Series comes back around, they got lines out the door. Lines out the door. I can't get food. That's why it's like I like to be hospitable in places that I live. But when I can't get what I ordinarily get because other people, that I have trouble with that. I don't like that. It used to happen at Stella's too. Stella's is a world-known burger joint in Bellevue, Nebraska that dudes have like flown mission to hang out to an exercise is what their missions are. Because then it's for the good of the world. Dude, you don't understand. Military members, they're like flying from often. They used to, important men with brass on their shoulder would get on planes and they would fly to Virginia Beach so that they could play golf with their friends. And then they'd use You don't understand the level of fraud, waste, and abuse that this country has been doing for all of the time. All of it. I'm starting to really question like history in its entirety. All of it. Questionable. Never believe something just because it was written on a book. Just because it said it on here. I'm going to need more proof, thank you. What are you doing? You getting up?
Just stretching.
Are you getting antsy? It's Aries season. Mom's feeling the fire. I'll help you up if you want. I have no idea what time it is. So, yeah, there's lots of good times, fun to be had. You gotta do fun while you do it. See, I came from a place. I didn't get to see my dad. My dad's a machismo. He's a truck driver. He didn't like kids. He liked women, but he didn't like. He's a misogynist. He's a womanizer. He did not treat women with dignity and respect at any level. And he was a mama's boy. He was the youngest. He was an Aries. Freemason, all this, he's all, and he gave me a hard time. And then so, my whole life, I could see who the asshole was, because he made me an asshole magnet. Because I became the little people pleaser, because I didn't want Dad to yell at me. I learned how to speak properly. Worked extra hard so I could get rid of my name is Marge, I'm a girl, speech impediment, because my dad would yell at me. And he'd yell at me because he liked to see children be scared. And that's what monsters do. And he did a lot of he used to do this thing that right here, this bone in here, he used to, he would have me stand, he would always act like he was the doting dad, like he loved me so much. And then whenever has his hand on my shoulder, he's digging in to this. And I just be like my grandpa I'm one of those people that they tried to hypersexualize and be a go-along team member. And I was 3, Grandpa was teaching us how to play strip poker. I always grew up in weird stuff. I just never did the same weird stuff. It's verifiable. There's nobody on this planet that could say, oh, this thing she did, it was so weird. I think it's weird that a professional man that's an established police officer that is visiting a community that's 41, meets a 21-year-old girl, and she walks out of the bathroom after just meeting this dude 2 hours before, and this guy has his eggplant in his hand. I think that is weird. I think that's weird. You just meet somebody and you're gonna expose yourself to them, but that's what Gemini men do, right? That's just how boys will be boys. No, that's how fucking perverts will be perverts. It ain't a boy, girl thing. It's potentials. It's what people do with what they got. And people don't do useful things with what they got. They don't. Rubber Phoenix! You could have made a freaking couple bags full of sandwiches and just taken them down, just driven until you couldn't drive and you saw emergency personnel or people picking up shit and left them those sandwiches. You could have recorded on the actual real life shit that was happening on your own town, and you didn't do that. You missed an opportunity to be of service in your own community. When bad things happen, look for the helpers. It ain't Robert Phoenix. He's a Virgo. He ain't gonna help you. He'll sit there and tell you what you need to do to make your life better. Sitting in a house that his mom bought him. He took care of his mom like what, 8 months? Maybe a year? Maybe a year. Just long enough for her property out in LA to settle, and then, Mom, let's get this place. It'll be just right for all of us. She lasted like, because moms know. They know when they're wanted. They know when they're not wanted. Sometimes it's hard to make mom feel wanted all the time, so I have to leave when I don't have the energy and capacity to do that. And sometimes I can't, so I just have to go outside, dance a little bit, feel better, and come back in and do my earthly duties that are hard to do, that I'm scared to do. I don't like I didn't go into the medical field. I was going to be an EKG technician. I needed to do something. I was 18. I graduated high school. I was, sleeping on the floor of this girl I knew's dad's grow room. That was her bedroom. His own grow room. Like, I needed to do something, so I was going to be doing on-the-job training, went through all the hoops to be an EKG technician. Got the outfit, the sensible shoes. Got the, it was my first night at Reading Medical Center. That's the same place I'd spent a lot of hours as a mom being a patient at the same hospital. I was an EKG technician, right? First night, we get a cold blue to the ER. We're hustling down to the ER with my little ER cart, my little lab coat and oversized pants and all this stuff. I'm racing down, and I walk, and there's this one guy in the ER, and he was a transient traveler, whatever, dirty dude. He's a dirty dude, because you can live outside and still fucking keep yourself clean. It's getting harder now, but I want to help get people access to that too, but that's another story. Anyway, homeboy frickin' just jumps off the gurney, squats on the floor, just pulls his pants all the way down to his ankles, and just takes a shit right on the floor. I said, I can't do this. I can't. I'm out. I'm done. I can't. I didn't think putting electrodes on people's heart would start out from seeing a man shit on the floor. And so that ended my medical career. I did work at Creighton Medical University in IT department. And I got to see cool shit, because that hospital had the inside. It got to do all the animals at Omaha Zoo when they needed a CAT scan. I was this close. I would have loved to have, but I didn't want to touch him if he didn't want to be touched. But I'm Year of the Tiger, and I was this close to the paw of a tiger from Omaha Zoo. And I saw the ginormous sea turtle that had an egg stuck, so they had to come in and take a MRI of the sea turtle. And then I knew people that got married, and they got the inside membership so good that the wedding reception, they had tables lined up in the aquarium at Omaha Zoo. So they had, it was so, I get, and I use all this to be man, that'd be cool to throw a cool party. That'd be cool, have that. In my house, I'm nowhere near a beach. I love the beach. I want to make a little beach in my backyard, a little waterless beach, where I could have misters that would feel like the ocean spray. I could close my eyes. I'm at the beach. I don't have to travel to Los Angeles, because I've been to the beach. I know what it's like. I know what it feels like, so I can just recreate that. And I could call people up and be like, hey, want to come to the beach? And then I'll feed you. I'll make you lunch, and then we'll talk about things that we can do to make Taos a better place. It'll be hella dope. It'll be fun. I would love visitors to come to Taos. I see people on social media, and I reach hey, if you're in Taos, I'll buy your lunch. It'd be cool to connect with you, because I've been around a lot. I have a lot of stories. I'm sure you have a lot of stories. We could maybe figure out some truths together, based on what you know and what I know. Because I'm about networking. I always have been. I grow up in places in the country. I just found this chick on I don't know, Instacrap, I guess. I used to know her in Omaha. She moved away like 20 years ago from Omaha, but she's from California, and we met in Omaha, and we were talking one day, and she said Paso Robles. I said, what do you know about Paso Robles? Because either people that are from there know about it, or people that have driven through it. But you say Paso Robles, people don't know what Paso Robles. It's a funny name. It's where I went to like 6th grade hell year was when I lived in Paso Robles. I went to Flamson. That's where the Challenger blew up, like Paso Robles. So anyway, she said that her aunt was from Atascadero, and so she lived there, and it's something about it. And I was like, my father's born and raised in Atascadero. And so after a couple conversation, we figured out that it was told to us that my dad told me actually that he was in every class with that girl that I met in Omaha. Her aunt, they went to every class. We're in every class together from kindergarten, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th and 6th grade. All 6 classes, 5, 5, 5, 6. So that's synchronicity. That stuff like happens, and I'm like, well, I'm on the course of action of which my life is supposed to be, because I'm constantly getting these road signs that tell me. We end up in Taos, New Mexico from Salem, Oregon. This is the biggest one. Knowing my whole life that mom was adopted. My whole life I wanted to know where this nose came from, because I get it from mom, not my dad. Only to end up from Salem, Oregon via Flagstaff. Rest in peace storyline of Isaac Cappy. He was from Albuquerque, I guess. So that's how he knew about all the Epstein, because people at the park know about Epstein stuff from 20-something years ago. Like, if you're local, you know. But people are too busy traveling around, they're not going to get the privy of what the locals know. Lost Lanes in Reading, bloodstained rocks for all time. Right, Freemason Road, Masonic Lodge Road. We are the hunted. Oh, that's right. I forgot. Oh, people, they get things, and then because they're all pumped up because it's retail therapy. Like, they do all these things out of excitement, and then they don't have anything to show for the things that they do. And then they still have to get things done. So it's mostly like, my dad would, I would be like 10 years old. I remember, he's a slacker, you know? He waited till the last minute. He's all those negative male arrow traits when he's allowed to. Well, he never disciplined himself. Nobody ever stopped him. They just got him out of trouble. So he's a monster, pretty much. He's a spoiled brat. And so, like, I'd only see him a couple times a year for a couple of weeks here and there, like Christmas, you know, summer. I didn't know what to call him one time when I was telling Mom, what do I call him? And she's like, you need to address this. I had to address everything. All of my feet. I had to figure out where it was coming from. Like, where's the source? And and I said, well, I don't know what he wants me to call. Like, he don't feel like a dad, because I see other dads, he don't feel like that. He don't, like, you know, but I don't want to hurt his feelings and tell him that. And so, like Pop, like, you know, and my father refers to himself as dear old dad. Dear old dad. Oh, it's your dear old dad here. Like, you ain't never been dear to me in my whole fucking life. Who is this again? I'm sorry. I don't know you. And so I'd go visit him, and my brother too. He's like he's August 24, 71. I'm 74. So sometimes we're 3 years apart, sometimes we're 2.5, depending on our birthdays. And so my dad would get us all popped up, like, we're going to the beach, we're going to the beach, we're gonna go to the beach, and in my mind I'm thinking like suntan lotion, like I hope I don't see a girl that's too pretty, because I just get paralyzed by pretty girls. I disassociate. It's just something about me, and so it gets less now, but before when I was a little kid, I didn't know what to do with everything, all that was me. And so he'd be like, okay, we're going to the beach, but first, motherfucker, first we gotta go to this house and clean up the yard. And then we'd have to go to one of my grandma's real estate houses where she was having an open house or something. We have to clean the yard and make it perfect and pristine and everything. Just like the Merchant Marines made my dad. And so then I'm always thinking like, fuck, like, because whenever you go to the beach from Atascadero, it's always 45 minutes to get there. So that's 45 minutes of time you're not at the beach. So as like time goes by, you know, it's like so one 4th of July, we didn't show up until probably 3:30 in the afternoon, 4:30 in the afternoon, and we started at like 8, 9. I'm thinking, beach day! No beach window of 2 hours. But in that 2 hours, it was dope, because I was surrounded, it was Pismo, it was Avila Beach or Pismo Beach. I think it was Avila Beach. It's been so long, I was a kid. Pismo Beach. And sometimes if we were really good, but he made us work, and then like and then he bought us hot dogs with the money that he just made, kind of thing. So we worked for our own hot dogs and if we got a boogie board, essentially. So I had years of swim lessons. I was always a strong swimmer. The ocean scares me because people die and there's things in there that'll eat you. I respect the ocean. I respect things that do respectable things, and okay, I get it. You know, I'm merciful, like whatever, if you let me live, but I just want to play right now, kind of thing. And jelly and all this stuff, and I've been stuck in the washing cycle of a riptide that goes this way. And then, I thought I was gonna, there's so many times I thought I was gonna die. Drowning. Oh my God, it's amazing I'm still here. But the physics I learned, and the things I don't do because I did that. So, I was just kind of waiting around, bouncing with the ocean, and like off the, I was just kind of chilling. No idea where brother and father were. I just know where home base was, where our tower was. Don't get lost. Line it up with here, this way, that way. Don't lose where you are. Don't lose where you are. I didn't know what that meant, and now I do. Because I would wander off and I'd get lost. I was a loper or whatever. I didn't dip, but like I dipped. Strolled, not strike. And I'm sitting there and I'm just kind of new. And I see something flow in the ocean. I know what money looks like. And then so I like kind of reached out and grabbed it. And I was like, oh, this is like 1970s. 84, 83. So $20 was like, to me, was a lot. Like, Mom and I can go see the new Star Wars movie. Whoopee! Like, I didn't know how we were going to do it because Mom don't got no money, and yay! And then I'm like, wait a minute, there's more. There's more around here. I'm kind of waiting. Now I'm looking. Now I'm like, okay, where is it at? Look over here. Oh, look, there's one more. I said that's 2. We can get popcorn too. Yeah! So dope. So that was just like, it made my whole, I don't like the 4th of July because of fireworks. I don't like fireworks. Fireworks just remind me, they just mimic what we do in places we have no business. That's what fireworks do. They just remind me that real people die for no real reason. Just because real estate moguls want more. That's why we go to war, because real estate moguls want more property, and they want to make the deal with the developer and the real estate agent and the this and the that and the secret rooms and the access and the security and the power and all their energy that they put into bullshit, because one day they'll be dead and someone will fly that building over and put up what their idea should be. The way I look at the world is we have these planets out there, wherever there is, right? But then, like, the sun blasts solar, and to me, light is liquid, like light is data. And it's held all forms in water, in the no place space, right? And then the sun blasts out, it activates things in the solar system with storylines that have played out before in the sky with with the Greek gods, and then those activate energies within us. Like they have algol, in energy, the energy that talks about decapitation. Mom, her adopted dad, Robert Yoakum, his dad got killed in a car accident when he was like his dad was giving a woman and her son a ride to the cattle auction, and they were on the way home, got in an accident, and the kid got, so that kid had that placement someplace. You doing sit-ups, Mom?
Mm-hmm.
Good, that's good. You should be doing sit-ups. That's good for your guts. What is going on in the world today? You ready to get Mom? You ready to get up, Mom?
Yeah, yeah. This is not solid.
Here. Oh, you gotta go to the bathroom? Let go. You want to sit down or go to the bathroom? Here, go this way. Go. Go sit over there. Go sit over there. I'm just gonna get up today. Go sit in your chair. Don't do nothing weird. Is that better?
Yes.
Where's my... proof? Okay. This lady's lived here 40 years. Wow. I'm gonna let you wake up a few and then I'll make some eggs. How's that?
That sounds good.
Oh, I forgot I was live.
Blind ambition led to the death of 5 people.
Let me into the live. I totally forgot. That's so funny. I've done 2,800 videos and I think that's the first time I ever forgot that I was live.
Oh.
Will I just stay up? Yeah, it's a nice day. We're gonna maybe go out today and do things outside. If I get more sugar, I'm gonna make some caramel. It'll be hella dope.
Okay.
I wrote a whole ass text message to this lady and totally forgot I was live. So